tell us about the significance of this ruling.
I think today is a great day in Pakistan history, where they have our judiciary has won the credibility once more, and it's a common person on the street that have seen some relief that coming directly benefiting directly the common people. This National Reconciliation Ordinance, the famously known as NRO, was in fact a US and UK backed deal where to extend the stay of President Musharraf, there was a amnesty was granted to then late Benazir Bhutto and his Pakistan People's Party to come back and form a government which gave a legal political cover to America's and its allies' extended policy in the region. Their foreign policy was looking for a political cover that gave them a justification for their interest in Pakistan and Afghanistan. Unfortunately, on February 2008, the election happened without Benazir Bhutto, and as a result, we have seen President Asif Zardari coming into power. And later on, we have seen how the Musharraf was departed, but still, there was a big question upon how this deal was broked and how it was backed at that time by Bush administration under Negroponte at that time. And from UK, there was Miliband's name that comes behind in breaking this deal. Now we have seen that Pakistan's judicial system has taken a stand against this, as Pakistan Movement for Justice has called it, an inhumane law which protected a small elite class who has committed corruption and against the state and its people, was giving white-collar criminals were giving a free hand to come and make this government, and they have proven themselves as corrupt as ever, and they start looting again. When it was the duration of this ordinance was about to finish in July, when this was given back to the parliament to ratify it, and under the pressure of opposition, it was thrown back to the judiciary, which gave it 120 days until then to either get a ratification from the parliament, or it was all the previous cases were about to open. The most important cases in this was of our current president, Asif Ali Zardari. This cases goes back to 1999, Citibank's cases where the Congress under a monetary under a Congress, there was a monetary committee was formed to look into the money laundering allegation against the city banks. And this report is still available on Congress main website. On 9th and 10th of November, this 1999, this report was presented, where two people were selected. One of them was President Asif Ali Zardari, where the Swiss cases were open under Money Laundering Act. And these are the same cases that have been Zardari was quite afraid, our President Zardari was quite afraid going to be reopened again, and this is the sanction that has been given by the current judiciary.
Okay, Mr. Ali, let me get Press TV's correspondent Javed Rana in on this. Now, Javed, how significant is this, and how is it being viewed in Pakistan?
Well, in Pakistan, this verdict is being seen a verdict by an independent judiciary. That is something has been in the past very rare that judiciary would come up with an independent decision. So publicly, I would say that this verdict has been welcomed by and large, and we haven't heard of any adverse remarks from any government functionary, any leaders from the ruling People's Party. However, the president's spokesman has said that we are still waiting for a detailed judgment from the Supreme Court. Only then we would comment. But on opposition parties' calls for the resignation, the presidential spokesman has made it clear that the resignation of the president is simply out of question. This verdict is in a way is a balancing act by the Supreme Court of Pakistan. They have not touched the very foundation of the Constitution, and they have kept in mind that the Constitution gives protection to the president. And then at the same time, a court was conscious of the fact that the president does not enjoy protection when it comes to the prosecution of cases outside Pakistan. I think it is a balancing judgment, and it has been hailed by and large by all the people. You might recall that the ruling People's Party did not defend this very law in the Supreme Court, given the fact that the government itself was conscious that this was a discriminatory legislation. It has no constitutional legal value, and that is why this case was indefensible inside the Supreme Court. However, the court has what has surprised some of the government people, that the court has made it a point to reopen all these overseas cases, because this legislation itself was an act by a military dictator who had no legitimacy, and then the Attorney General of Pakistan made a communication without authorization. So these were the points, I think, which led to the reopening of cases against President Zardari outside Pakistan. But it appears that there would be no reopening of cases against him inside Pakistan. But more importantly, remember these cases inside Switzerland, they were at advanced stage. President was convicted, he was in appeal, and according to the legal expert, case against him is something which may go against him in case the government of Pakistan cooperate with the Swiss authorities.